Welcome to another edition of Martindale-Hubbell Connected Pulse, a series of interviews with the community management team and Martindale-Hubbell Connected members. I am Rory Webber, Marketing and Community Development Manager, and with me today is Gaston Bilder, and he's one of the in-house counsel who's working with Rees Morrison on the research that Rees is going to show the results of as part of the legal benchmarking theme. So, Gaston, welcome, and thanks for taking part. Gaston, do you want to first give us a bit of an introduction to your role and how you got involved with Rees and the research, and then we can talk a bit more about the importance of that research and some of the insights from it.
Sure. I've been an in-house counsel for almost over 15 years. I have worked as general counsel for an oil company in Bolivia. During that time, I found about Rees' background and his expertise in legal management. I also was looking at that time for best practices for private companies and firms on how they could manage their legal departments. I found that Rees had a lot of information in his blog, but also I was looking at the specific matter of these conversations, how to benchmark metrics, how do you measure the work of a legal department, how do you compare yourself either to other departments of the same company or other practices. So I came across this work some years ago, and then I found about this opportunity of doing a global benchmark on my personal experience about not finding enough data or information about other companies. So this was a great initiative, and also the fact that it was going to be global gave this opportunity to find metrics that are not only useful but global. So you can have both industry experience, same size departments, but also regional information that you cannot find anywhere else. So I decided that this was something really to be promoted and try to help him be in touch with other people in the region in Latin America.
So you're saying this research doesn't exist anywhere else?
Not to my knowledge.
Wow.
I think there's some information on specific countries, but whenever I wanted to try to find this information, for example, for Latin America specific countries, that's not publicly available information. And even in a compiled way, the way Rees is going to analyze it, it's not something you may find easily. At least I couldn't find it at the time when I was looking for it.
Sure. So just to understand, for the people watching this, just so they can understand the importance of this kind of research, what will it help, say, in-house counsel to do that work in Latin America, or want to appreciate how they compare to Latin America? How will it help them?
Again, I think finding how you compare yourself to something is one of the useful parts of this investigation. You know how you perform, but unless you measure, you don't have any significant way to say if your feelings are validated by any tangible or scientific form of information. So being able to find significant measures for several types of industries, looking up to specific figures for the legal department, something that doesn't come up, you don't find so much so frequently. You can take public reports and try to find some figures, but you don't find the level of data up to the legal department itself. So this is really a chance to find more about how your department compares to other ones.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So for those outside of Latin America, how could they use the information to understand where they fit? Is Latin America leading the way? Are there any insights from the research that you could maybe share with us before the webinar?
Sure. I don't know exactly the outcome of the research that Rees has conducted, but I know that many countries in Latin America have now participated. So even being able to compare on a regional basis is now something you couldn't do before. Now you also can have an idea of how Latin America itself will stand to other regions of the world. We know we have cost differences, But in this, this study has also the advantage that you can look at your own industry and compare it worldwide. So you can get a feeling not only about your positioning as a region, but also in terms of industries, how your own legal department will compare to somebody else in the same industry.
Okay, so the research covers it covers cost, and it covers or managing cost, and also
Total
covers,
expenditures. So that's what I think.
and it also covers staff levels. So would you say those are the most important factors when you're looking at benchmarking legal departments? You know, if Rees were to expand the research moving forward, what else would you say is important, or are those two areas? That's it. Those are the most important. You can stop.
The question is very complex itself. I think everybody has their own ideas of what they would like to measure and do it in a different way.
Yeah.
These I think are basic for anybody, and also helps to make the benchmarking comparable across industries. The other things I would say normally I would like to know, for example, is how your illegal expenditure in itself compares to the rest of the expenditures in the company, or the revenue level of your own company. I think you can back up this information from Rees studies, but I'm sure if it's not, it's a way to explore how much you're spending in the legal department versus how much revenue is being generated by your own company.
Fantastic, fantastic. One final question that not related to Rees's survey, but you know, could be of interest to in-house counsel. It'd be good to get your view. You've probably heard a bit about DuPont and how they run their legal department, and how that legal department is almost becoming a profit center. Is that something in your experience in Latin America that is that increasing? Does anyone do that in Latin America?
Not that I know about. You have the same pressure as anywhere else in the world to reduce costs and expenditures, not to become a cost center. But I wouldn't say that not all the companies expect the legal department to become a profit center. And also, yes, that you are there to identify opportunities and really define your strategy and the business model. But nobody expects the legal department per se to generate revenues. It would be great if that mentality were everywhere, but there's also this case of different industries, different clients, so I wouldn't say that model would be applicable to everybody. No?
Fantastic. Okay. Gaston, it's been great speaking to you, and I look forward to the webinar. So I'll speak to you soon, and thanks again.
Thank you very much, and I look forward to talking to you again. Thank you.